Okay, I want to say hello again everybody, it's only me, wushurichard, with another video out here in nature, in the rainy weather. I mean, it's like spitting down there, it's not so heavy, but I'm one crazy guy when it comes to my kung fu, you know me. South China tropics, here we are, covered in sweat, and I've got an umbrella in my hand. I'm going to show you moves again that I've shown you before, but going over some kung fu skills, okay? Now these kung fu skills are weapon techniques, okay, that you can use. Now I do not promote, excuse me, okay, understand me, I do not promote weapons like, you know, carrying weapons around like knives, sticks, bats, guns, crowbars, fucking ice cream, excuse me, I say anything that you can, you know, to hurt someone. But what I'm saying is, like, what I do promote is like the skills of the true art, martial arts, you know, as in kung fu, anything like, you know, of the traditional martial art. I'm saying, like, you know, there's various systems that do use weapons training, and it was just because it's part of the history, part of how people could fight and still can. You can use anything, you know, to defend yourself. As I've said, you can, if you understand that more skills in the martial art, it's better, right? So what I'm trying to say is, it's very useful to learn the traditional movements and skills, whatever's alive out there today, whatever it is. Now, some people do, you know, kali, eskrima, like stick fighting and stuff like that. You might be like, you might have done some like ninjutsu training or stuff like that, which has some weapon training in, or other budo type arts. You got like the butterfly knives that I've learned some of, but you find that in Wing Chun as well. I've learned different styles in my life, as I say, like different kinds of broadsword, different kinds of bow staff, double sticks and different things. Other weapons that you might know are like shorter range, again with things like the sai, you know, and a lot of other different things, usually sticks and knives and swords and things like that. Okay, now there's a lot of other different ones too, like long staffs with weapons on the end. What I'm trying to say is, though, these skills give you they've got a different way you have to wield the weapon. It's an extension of your arm, don't forget. So your whole body is utilised, okay, the weapon cannot move without you. Right? So first of all, the martial arts is very, very important. Understanding skills in your body, hard and soft flows, how to block, how to defend, you know what I mean? It's the same as your bare hands, like punching, chopping, whatever it's going to be, you know, striking, grabbing, whatever it's going to be, palm strike. You have to understand elbow strike, right, forearm and things like that, locks and stuff. You have to understand a lot of things, right? What's a push, what's a pull, what's a grab, what's a absorbing kind of move, that kind of flow you need to understand. So with weapons it's the same thing, all that flow flows in if you're a, you know, a good martial artist. And the important thing is, you know, to remember is that the essence will go in. So it might be like a striking motion with a stick or a poking, it might be a sword with a slashing, hacking, stabbing, different motions, you know, okay, deflecting motions, different kind of blocks and things like that, hooking motions, like when I've told you before, like hooking over like there and then coming across, different techniques like that. So when you're talking about stick fighting or sword fighting, let's say, or knife fighting, you've got different ranges, long, mid and short range, but it's always an extension, okay, what you've got, well, you know, your body. So basically you've got the upward way of holding it. So if this was a knife, let's say, I'd be holding it in the upward position here, okay, the downward way of holding it as well, okay, but depending on the length of the weapon, you sometimes want to have some slack at the bottom there, even no matter how you're holding it. Some weapons are meant to be held with like one hand or two hands. Sometimes you can train with like one free hand blocking and then striking with the other with the weapon. So similarly, you could block with the weapon and strike with your bare hand. You know, things like that. You might grab an arm, come over, and still utilise the elbow there, or come back with the back end of the hand or the sword, if that was a sword, let's say, so, or a knife, you know. But the important thing is, though, we're not talking about carrying knives and weapons. I'm just saying the skills are very, very useful for you to understand, okay? Now, when you flow your moves and you practice very, very hard, you will develop a lot of ability and you'll become very, very good over time, okay? You really will. But the important thing to understand is you flow your moves in such a way. Now, it's very easy to learn simple blocks and simple strikes, right? Simple techniques. That's the same in traditional martial arts anyway. Let's say some skills, martial arts which are seen to be like simple, like small moves, as opposed to very flashy moves and high kicks. Simple techniques are like things like Wing Chun. Okay, Wing Chun's a great art. Yung Chun, Wing Chun, Kung Fu. Again, basic boxing and things like that. Some of the basic strikes in boxing or Muay Thai are simple when you think of it. Wing Chun is a very deep art when it comes to it that people don't understand. It's not just about doing punches and poses. It's about sticky hand and absorbing and flowing. And it's really one of the best arts out there. Very deep. It's great. You know, other things though, again, you know, anything like that. You see what I'm saying? You got similar, small structured kind of moves. Okay, you can do. Okay, so what I'm trying to say basically is some techniques, as I say, can be done very simply. Like, you know, you can understand something straight up, like Krav Maga or whatever. You see, it's like you just block and you strike. You see what I'm trying to say? But other techniques in the martial arts you'll find is like when you learn things like Tai Chi and stuff, you'll understand, like with the Tai Chi sword, let's say, you'll have to understand the whole essence of Tai Chi in the body, and have to understand how that flows into the essence, not to be cool and flashy and all this and do fancy moves, but really, and in wushu, okay, when you do wushu kind of training with like a bow staff, and you see how they put in the whole body into all the moves, they're very flexible in their body, and the essence of your body is going in to the actual weapon itself. Okay, it's not a dance, but it's like it takes a lot of training. So in the martial arts, as I say, there's a lot of physical. You know, there's a lot of physicality in martial arts, as I say, in different kinds of martial arts to different levels. And then again, there's also different things like in the martial arts when it comes to it, like the actual techniques themselves, the defensive, the blocking and the striking. So which basically what I've just covered there basically is saying the whole thing. In traditional martial arts, you know, in all martial arts, it's like you've got the health aspect, and then the physical, you know, physicality, the fitness, and then you've got the training, the self-defense, the blocks and all of that, and the striking and the self-defense, right? Anyway, that's just a quick talk on that. Let's just show you a few moves then while I'm here, just briefly explain a few things. Okay, so I'm holding this in my hand in an upward position today, a pretty good grip on it. You've got to be able to like loosen your grip in different ways, okay, like the 3 fingers, and then these here, this part open, so when you want to like go like that, and then close those last, but you've got that bit of a leverage. Okay, you don't want to hold so tight always, you want to loosen up, especially when you're doing spinning moves or like changing the flow. But when if I was to block against something or strike something with my fingers so loose, it could fly out of my hand. It could even hurt my hand even. So I need to make sure it's tight when I'm striking, or you know, I'm putting that power in through my arm into the grip when I'm striking or blocking. But it's like I've got to be accurate, fast. You know, don't be so stiff and then go. You know, you need to be loose when you need to be. Again, things like this, opening those three fingers and holding it between this, like a rabbit there. So another thing, when I'm doing certain moves, I might let it flow, see, and then catch it. You can't really see that when I'm doing these moves. You're doing all kinds of flows because it's like it seems like I'm not changing my hand position, but I am sometimes changing just to feel comfortable, you know, to make sure you got balance and a grip on the weapon, right, or the tool who we're training with here. So let's say if someone comes to, you know, grab me here, okay, let's say, or for example, you know, let's say someone grabs my arm, I can grab his arm. Again, I can strike up to the head or to the body, right? And I'm not telling anyone to do that, I'm just saying, right? If a hand comes at me like swinging here to hit me close range, I can cover like boxing or whatever, or Muay Thai or MMA, or I can just block out like that, like I like to do, traditional, you might find in a traditional ancient, you know, Kung Fu, Karate school or something like that. Someone comes at me, bam, you can block with your forearm here against that before it actually comes in with that moment of momentum there. So I can cover and I can strike. Okay, so let's say if I'm facing on that centre, the same thing. I can either step to the side, see, and come in and strike in high or low or to the middle, right? And it's the same to the other side. You're coming at me, which with whatever hand I'm saying, I can come out here and hit you to this side or that side. So the danger passes me. However they come at you, punching, whatever, pushing, kicking, grabbing, whatever, the hand that comes at you, regardless of if it comes like swinging, big swing, close swing, or a straight attack or a push or whatever, most important thing is to learn this stepping, that stepping to the side, bring that foot with you as you go, so the angle goes like just like basic boxing. You know how to step around, say circle, step, things like that. But the thing is, I'm saying, if someone grabs you, you can grab them and strike, same thing, okay? Someone comes to hit me high up to my face here, I might put my hand up. It might not be a perfect karate block like that, it might not be a perfect circular grab, but it's like, just put your hand up, like twist to that wrist if you can, or just with your forearm here, bam, and strike, see? Now, there's different ways we can do it. Let's look at this hand a bit more closely. We've got the high, middle and low. If someone's coming to attack me on the centre, let's say someone's going to come to attack me on my centre anyway, I can grab that and strike here or here or here, right? I can also grab that hand there, or I can just block and hit out low. See, I could block low and hit here. So I could cover, someone's actually going to attack me, I'll block down and strike here. I can go either way basically. I can also go down, and I can also strike out, of course, okay? Now, let's look at that with this hand. This hand here, let's say I'm holding, it could be either way, but let's say with one hand here. The important thing to understand is how you're blocking and how you are, please excuse me, there's mosquitoes around here sucking my blood like motherfucking vampires, oh yeah, here we go. Brains for zombies. I'm saying, you know, something comes at me to attack me, I'm either going to parry it, block it away. Something comes to hit my face, block it there, or use my forearm, a Wing Chun, or like here, or a karate, or like that, or just covering with the box in there, but covering, so with the hand or the forearm twisting in. So and if it's coming at me here, I can also come out, right, like karate again, or like Wing Chun, or just covering on the side, or blocking out like this, making these motions, so like in or out, see, or just coming out this way. So different ways you can do blocks, okay, but up again, see, or down, or here. So the most important thing is this left and right stuff. You see what I'm saying? Regardless if I grab or grab, I'm just saying you block. So if you're going to attack me here, okay, I don't really want to go like this, do I? Cross. No, because it's like, what am I doing that for? It's like going this way and then leaving this foot to go that way. I should bring both feet away, and 2 hands and 2 feet away from the danger, so he can't sweep my leg. So if someone's coming at me to hit me there, I might move, I might not even step very far, I might just lean a bit, parry that attack to the side, hit him out to the centre, or step to the side as I do that, parrying that, and then hit him there. Now if it was low, I could do the same thing. I can block low, so as I said, and go to the side and hit out to the head there. You see? Now notice you got this, and you got the whole body turning in. This is basically rooted very strongly in my training in Wing Chun. Okay, but you can find it in Bagua and different kind of styles. Again, so someone comes at me, you know, you've got different ways of hitting, up or whatever, and down, like I said, and all this spinning and stuff. I'm not going to go too deep into that. Get the downward position too, slashes, strikes and different things. But what I'm trying to say, okay, so if I'm going this way, if the attack comes at me and I parry, I can hit out as I'm going, see, or low, sitting there, to the side and down. But and again, if it's the other way though, if they come in and hit me here and I want to go this way, see, I can block it this way, my forearm, or like this, or just out like this, or a knife edge in my hand here, or the forearm, or just twisting out. Okay, it can be low, I can just grab that, see, as I've said before. I can also block high, but whatever, I'm moving to the side and hitting, see, so it's like basically I'm going here, so it's like blocking high, hitting low. Or again, it could be blocking low, fair enough, it could be blocking low and hitting high. So these are, again, similar to Wing Chun, again, similar to training you find anyway. It's my main style anyway. But you don't want to make such big arcing moves like flashy. You can do certain moves and it can still work really well for you actually. You put power and swoop it in. But what I'm trying to say is, you want to get away, most importantly. So if someone's coming at me, you don't want to be so flashy and all this. It's good for training, fair enough. But in real, reality, you just want to come straight in, So if someone's kind of hit me now, I cover, bam, bam, simultaneous. Don't go 1, 2, okay? Come in low, same thing. I might just cover the guy's hand, boom, strike in there. Same thing, someone's coming and hit me on this side, someone just slightly on my angle here, I might move, boom, bam, so you go cover in here. These are really Wing Chun kind of tactics, okay? But you do it, very naturally. Someone might come to hit me on my face here on the centre, I just put my hand up like this, it's like the monks hit off almost, like, you just stop it with this part of the hand, or this, just on that centre. So someone comes to hit me, I might parry it across, or I might just stop it on the side this, whatever's coming, just boom. So I'm just using this forearm, my elbow in, not elbow like this, okay? Keep your elbow in your hand, just to cover. Parry past your face, see? Block past your body. You might have seen people do it like in Hong Gar, for example, Kung Fu, when you do like that. Like Tai Chi or Tiger, crane, different kind of techniques. See? So when I've got the weapon here, it's a very simple kind of training, simple video here for you. I'm just reminding you a few things, you see. Someone comes to hit me, I might just step down and this hit on his hand, on his wrist, crack. You know what I'm saying? Because you might try and grab the guy's arm and he hits you with the other hand, or you might not have good footwork, or you might go to grab the guy's arm, he's very strong, he pulls away and you're going to hit him, but he might hit you already before that, or he might come back and hit you very fast. So you can't be thinking about all this fancy stuff like when he comes I'm going to grab his hand. But you've got to be natural and work the techniques. So when you're by yourself, walk in and work in footwork, doing the moves. Just like people did in traditional martial arts schools for many years. Nowadays it's like less, much less. But the thing is, you know, this is what it is. So I might be here, I'm hitting with this, right? I can hit with this part too. Someone comes at me to hit me, got a good tight grip on it. I'm not going to let that heavy part swing. I might adjust that slightly, see? Someone coming at me. I'm not saying an umbrella, okay? I'm just using an umbrella for this video to show you. And say, for example, how you can use anything to defend yourself. Bam! So you might come to grab me. I might grab his arm, crack against the side of his elbow there, or his wrist. It might really hurt, or his hand. He's holding me here, crack. See? Or against his head there, wherever it's going to be, see? Boom! Bam! So I'm coming slightly in, see? Hooking. It's almost like I'm slashing in an angle, you see, but I'm using this now, not this, you see. Elbow comes into guard, so you might cover that and then punch him or back fist. See what I'm saying? See, I can cut out here, see, cut out, see, and hit again, see. So you've got all these kind of motions where you're taking away, either over or under, see. So you might cut away there and hit. I might grab his hand and pull him into a strike, or bring that down and pull him into a strike. You see, I might come down as I'm doing that. Might be some kind of a lock, it might be different things across the head there, see? I won't go too much into detail, there's a lot of techniques for you to see but here, but you see what I'm trying to say though? I might block out and hit here, see? See? Together. Or block here and hit here, see? Elbows up, elbows coming in, I might come in here, I might parry that, see? Or I might deflect it on the edge here, see? I might block here and then elbow him in the gut from there, see what I'm saying? So I'm trying to say, I might grab his hand, or his hand might be here, and rather than coming here, I might do that because he can see that coming, the same as my hand. So this elbow's closer, I've grabbed that, cut elbow against him first, you see. Then come back, see. But other movements too, not only like the small stuff with power in your waist, just doing it. And then more power in the bigger moves, but also whipping moves, like really whipping out. But you might lose the thing. Don't let the opponent get your weapon too, and don't try and be too flash. Other movements, as I say, you might use more angling in, you know. So again, I might block here and strike. I might not need a weapon for that though. What's the difference between blocking someone's punch, however they do it, or a swing and you block it, any kind of strike or push? What's the difference in, you know, blocking with your hand and then blocking with a weapon? Weapon should be hard, right? It's either like it can be a sharp weapon or a hard weapon. I'm saying in terms of the philosophy here. Some training, okay? It's like that should like crack out and really hurt him. In karate, when you train with bare hand training, and like Muay Thai, you're trained to have powerful arms. I like to train on trees and stuff and walls anyway with my kung fu. So I'm wooden dummy for Wing Chun to say, you know, concrete, whatever the fuck. So I'm trying to say, excuse my language. But when someone comes at you, if you're blocking with a weapon, man, you know, you got that thing there, you know what I'm saying? So you block and strike him. It's the same as you like block and strike. It's just hands. See what I'm saying? Or block and strike him, coming on the inside, keeping it very close, bringing that down, rolling over. Bringing that down, see what I'm saying? You might have two, you might have one, you know, it depends how you do. You can work your footwork, your knees, your feet, your elbow, all that in, and your forearms, mind, hard, soft. Another thing I'm going to say, okay, here, before I do go also, is very importantly, no matter what techniques you know, okay, crossing here, whatever you know, okay, parrying with two hands, let's say, bam, or here, boom, regardless of that, also the power. If you're hitting with something very hard, sometimes you don't need much power. If you've got a very big stick, let's say, or let's say like a pool cue or something, you know, like you see in the movies and someone beats someone up. But what I'm trying to say is, it's the same thing, you know. You might be good enough to keep it at a distance. These are philosophies: short range, long range, different skill, different ways of fighting. Yeah, but not if someone's not a trained archer, or a trained fighter, some martial arts. If you're just training like that and don't believe in it, it doesn't make a difference. Because you might swing a long pole or a long stick or something like that, pool cue, snooker cue, a shovel, whatever the fuck, and if it's heavier, it's more hard. The opponent, you might miss and he comes running in, or he catches it. It's hard to control if you don't understand skills of how to flow in that. Like traditional martial arts, I say. But the thing is, you don't have to flow and stay attached to it. It should be a tool for you. There's tools we use in life, but you don't always want to be attached to them always. You want to put them down, and your hands are free when you need to be. But, you know, a weapon, it should be something useful to you. It shouldn't be a burden. To train and think about what is useful. The same in life. It's like a language or anything. You want to know what's going to help you. So, But what I'm trying to say is, if you were holding something, it doesn't matter, you know, if some thug or someone on the street or any idiot tries to attack someone, if they're holding something very heavy, they don't even need to know martial arts to hurt someone. You know what I'm trying to say? This is the difference. Martial arts is about self-defense anyway. If someone comes swinging a glass bottle at you, or if you come swinging something heavy, a heavy bar at someone, crack, you're gonna break something anyway if you hit, right? You see what I'm saying? If you've got a good grip on it and you swing across, and you might not be a martial artist, but you might be like, you know, really angled really well, and as the guy's head whip, you don't really care, you just go straight through. You might break his neck, his jaw, his collarbone, his ribs, knees, elbows, whatever. He's coming at you, you're just like smashing through the guy. But that's it. That's fucking like, that's my language, you know. So don't be like going up to someone and going, just because I saw it on wushurichard 1982 videos. I'm saying that on my channel, I'm saying, wushurichard doing something. I'm not saying that, I'm saying martial arts are there for a real life tool, it's not a dance. This is what people don't understand with their bare hand skills. They think it's all like funky kung fu, they don't understand it's real life. They think, you know, because you see people do that on the street, you see them get their ass beat, right? It's not like the old movies, man, Mr. Miyagi and all this, you know. They don't believe in that. They think that the only way is MMA, you've got to be big and tough, stop living in a dream world, kung fu, man, you know this. They don't understand what it really is to be good at kung fu. I'm not talking about those people who get wiped the floor with. The MMA guys beating up these damn people who say they do Wing Chun and they just get their ass beat. I'm not saying that, okay? I'm not even trying to put myself up on any level. I'm being humble. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? The real skill takes a lot of training. The same with people putting down Tai Chi and Aikido and stuff like that. These are great arts. Really, really, such a deep knowledge. You don't have a damn clue. People don't have a damn clue, I'm saying, right? So, you know, when you talk about doing different kind of training, like let's say Tai Chi kind of way or Bagua, whatever it's going to be with a sword, you know, I'm just saying, for example, you know, always fancy spinning like wushu and whatever the fuck. That's different training. Same with Kali and Eskrima, whatever I'm saying, but you know, such. But you don't exaggerate. You work things that work. Someone grabs my elbow, I'm going to grab his elbow and knee him and say it's reality in Wing Chun. People don't understand it. How can you not do? How can someone say it's not realistic? Someone grabs my shoulder, I'll just move across there, give him a boxing hook across it. Of course it's going to work, damn it! Of course I get worked up about this as well, because like, people don't have a damn clue. They just put it all down, they don't understand the principles. Someone comes to hit my body there, bring my elbow in like Wing Chun guarding, I'll go like that, Tai Chi, I'll push him and push him back. It's going to work, people don't understand the principles. They see people doing it all, and they just want to put it down like it's, because they don't understand it, and they think it's all bullshit. And there's people in the world that have taught bullshit, fair enough, and they've carried on like they're a master or something, and then the tough guys who actually go and give it a go, who are not too bad in their ego and such, they go there and they get let down. Whereas they wouldn't believe someone like me, they wouldn't like me trying to show them something useful, even something, no, because they just look at you straight away, you're a thin guy, and they don't want to believe it because they're just big tough guys and they watch MMA all the time. So anyway, weapons, though, I'm not telling people to carry weapons around, right? What I'm trying to say, the heart of like weapons training, being skilled, is definitely in the martial arts. The bare hand skills come first. But it's the same old thing. So if someone's sleeping on the train and you punch him in the head, I'm not advising you to do that, but anyone can do an attack. You know, any coward and fool. So if anyone was around me now and I just pulled some metal bar from somewhere and just swung it out, of course I could smack someone and fucking take them out. You wouldn't need to do a fancy pose first, would you? No, the martial arts is not for fancy poses. It's for things like, in the ancient days when you're holding a stick there, a 2-hand long stick to protect yourself, a shovel or a broom or a fucking spade rake, or someone's great on saying, whatever, you know, mop, right? Paddle, whatever, you're holding something there, right? Or fishing rod, whatever, like, you know, stick, twig, right? You're holding something there, right? Rod, you're holding a long thing, do you get me? And someone grabs hold of that while you're there, and you're like wrestling for it. No, you see, you have to learn how to flow with that, flow with a person's body. You see two guys fall on the floor, hurt both their knuckles on the ground. No, it don't work like that. You learn how it flows. You learn how to flow the technique. So if you learn Tai Chi, you understand what I'm saying. And Aikido, it's the same with all the martial arts, the Wing Chun, the Karate, whatever. When you're together there and training, they're different arts, but hand to hand, the same thing. It's not to say you can fight hardcore, go in MMA, or you can do some fancy kung fu and try to make it work because Richard believes in it. Fucking, are you joking? No, it's reality. If someone comes to push my body, I just block to the side there. Someone grabs me by here, this hand comes up on the inside, smash him in the face. Loop that up. So I'm trying to, you can't understand, it's like, it's a real skill to it. People ain't got a damn clue. I block with my hand, I can also block with my elbow. Strike low here, cut out here, come here. So Wing Chun's one of the best arts to say, so it teaches you a lot of things because you learn how to cover and strike. I'm a bit of a tiger there. You see what I'm trying to say? This is a blade here, I could slash out here, see what I'm saying? I could hook over there, someone grabs my shoulder, I could hook that off, see? Elbow you in the head, claw back there like tiger, come back, slash across your head from there. I might scoop someone's hand away using this, scooping that down there, see? Elbow you in the teeth before this one comes. Someone grabs to grab my shoulder there, I just lift that up, step on his foot, someone punch him in the gut, sink, block with my arm, and then this one punches him in the gut. So many things I can do. Block here, see? You can't, someone's saying. If your elbow's up like that, you're too open to attack as well, they can lift it up into a lock. So you need to learn how to flow everything, so pushing all that you need to learn. So traditional martial arts will help you understand all of that more, you know, and weapons training as well. But of course anyone can strike, so you might, it's not a case of why learn these techniques then. If I can punch someone and hurt them while they're unaware, yeah. Or if you can strike someone hard with a metal bar, why do you need to learn martial arts? It's the same, I know. But what I'm trying to say is, if you don't train for when you can easily beat the shit out of someone, knock them out. You train for when some dickhead, when some idiot's grabbing on you, some tough guy, when they come and attack you, how to cover, or someone's pushing you, how to lock and absorb, how to train, how to, you know what I'm saying? That's what you train for. You know what I'm trying to say? Someone's coming at you, you know what I'm trying to say? That's what you train for, real skills, real techniques. So if you're just holding a gun, live gun, you're about, and someone grabs your hand and they're trying to twist it, how do you control it without them firing it off? How do you absorb and get them into a lock or something? Sweep them down. You see how the police and certain security guards take people down and stuff. Basically a lot of these techniques are simple like martial arts skills really. So you should be looking into this kind of stuff, like how to do martial arts. I'm not saying do that, I'm saying look, you know what I mean? Not just saying you go to the gym, you pump it up, you watch sport fighting on the TV and you think you're tough. Or you learn a few things. Yeah, jiu-jitsu, man, it's the new thing. A lot of people don't even understand, you know. They think it's some modern thing. It's ancient, you know. The traditional martial arts is ancient, and the ways are so much. The old ways, designed for anyone of any build, and the techniques are amazing. You don't need to lay on the floor with your fucking body as big as bulky barrels of shit, you know. Excuse my language. Thank you so much for watching. Ignore my terminology. Take care of yourself. Train hard and stay safe. More martial arts from me all the time. I do it in between my work hours, you know, making videos for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Kung Fu forever. Never let it die.